Hey everyone, it's Army Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Today I wanted to take the time to talk to you guys about everything going on in Monster Legends because there is so much going on. We have the summer breeding events where you can get Razhul, Captain Copperbeard, the Warrior, Hackster, Galante, and Avas. We have the Monster Sell Week where you can utilize the glitch and pick up any legendary monster you want for as little as 150 gems. We also have Monsterwood Happy Hour, pretty generous of social point to give us extra gems, especially during this breeding event and during the time that we can utilize the Monster Sell Week glitch. And we have a make your own pack event where you can get Famperium, Laomu, Cavenfish, Goldfield, Lumoona, or Vanitus. And all of these monsters offered in the make your own pack event, they're all used for the breeding events. But we also have another pack, which is the breeding combo pack, where you can get Galante, Galante Jr., and Violet for 600 gems, or individually for 249 gems. And so like I said, we have a lot going on, and you might be confused as to what to do. Should you buy one of the breeding jokers? Should you try to breed a monster? Should you just forget about that and focus on the maze? Yeah, that's right, we still have the maze, that's going on for 5 more days. There's just seriously so much to do. Because if you take the time to breed, you're going to fill your hatchery up, you're going to fill your breeding tree and your breeding cave up, and then you're going to miss out on 50 coins, or actually 100 coins because your hatchery may get filled up with epics and legendaries. They take almost 2 days to hatch, so it's really difficult to figure out what you want to do. Everyone has different priorities, and so I'm just going to give you guys my overall thoughts on what you should be doing. And so let's just start off by taking a look at what monsters you can actually breed. So the first monster you can breed is Razhul, and you breed Razhul with Famperium and Faugnar. Now if you don't happen to have Famperium, that's great because you can substitute Galante Jr. So Galante Jr. and Faugnar actually was obtainable. And as for whether or not you have Faugnar, it's going to depend whether or not you were really active during the maze events. Considering that I went on vacation and I was still able to get Yilitre, I was able to get Ophiuchus, I was able to get Postegarth, I'm one step away from getting Nvidia, and I already have like 6k coins. I'd say that most people probably would be able to get Faugnar if they only went for him. And so anyways, that's how you breed Razhul. He's a really great dark attacker. I'm not going to be recommending him in this summer breeding because I think there's 2 better monsters that are worth breeding. Next up is Captain Copperbeard, and they were pretty generous with Captain Copperbeard because you can substitute Galante Jr. with either monster. So the original combination is Cavenfish and Lumoona, or it can be Cavenfish and Galante Jr., or it can be Galante Jr. and Lumoona. So you have 3 different ways to breed Captain Copperbeard. You can't do Galante Jr. and Galante Jr. Sorry, that's not going to work. But once again, extremely generous of social point to do this. The fact that you can use Galante Jr. for either substituting Famperium, Cavenfish, or Lumoona, that is so nice. So I imagine many players do have a Cavenfish but not Lumoona. Well, now you have a chance to get Copperbeard, and he is one of the monsters I would highly recommend. He has the mountain trait, he has an AoE stun, he has a base speed of 3465, this rivals that of many deny monsters. He also has a cooldowns deactivated skill for all of his allies, and he's also kind of an attacker because he does have a 70 damage metal based attack that applies bleeding, or a 50% chance to bleed. So you can run him many ways. Typically though, he would be a deny monster. I should mention his power is 3531, so like I said, he can be an attacker. He actually also has a 45 metal based AoE that applies burning, so a really versatile monster with the mountain trait. Super phenomenal in my opinion. I'm actually going to be going for Captain Copperbeard myself. Next up is the Warrior, and the original combination for the Warrior was Laomu and Goldfield, both of which are breedable monsters, so once again, extremely generous of social point. But if you don't have Goldfield, you can actually substitute Violet, so Laomu and Violet or Laomu and Goldfield. And as for the Warrior, he is a pretty good monster, pretty good power, pretty tanky, not that fast, he's immune to stun like many earth monsters. He has a strong 65 damage special based attack that applies bleeding, daze, and stun. It's a 50% chance for those effects, but again, it's just a very powerful attack. He can also break shield, so if you're going up against a General Tomb, he's a perfect counter to General Tomb. And he also has an AoE bleeding skill, which is very nice to see on an earth monster. So he's a good monster worth getting. Originally, I was going to go for him too, but I'm not going to be going for him anymore now that I know that I can breed Copperbeard, and I can breed the next monster, Hackster. And so Hackster can be bred by breeding Yilitre and Vanitus together, or Galante and Vanitus. Now some of you may not have Vanitus, but for those of you that were able to get Vanitus in the previous event and you do have your breeding joker, so if you don't have Yilitre you can use Galante, this is awesome and once again extremely generous of social point in my opinion. Hackster is by far one of the best monsters in the whole entire game, and that's specifically because of his skills and his speed. His base speed is 3476, that is faster than most deny monsters. His trait however is extremely terrible, he's immune to magnetizing. But I guess I have to give a monster a bad trait when he has such overpowered skills and an overpowered speed. And the reason Hackster is so good is because he can possess the enemy monster with an effect called Hack, and Hack can actually bypass any monster that has immunity to possession. So he has an AoE hack, he has a single hack that also gives double damage, and he also has an AoE stun and a single stop time. Like seriously, everything this monster does is complete denial. He is the must-have monster from this breeding event. I can't believe they're even offering him in this breeding event. And so he's the monster I recommend everyone to go for. And if you can't do Hackster, then do Copperbeard. And if you can't do Copperbeard, just do your favorite. As for the epics, we have the Galante, which is Postegarth and Drop Elemental. Drop Elemental was breedable, Postegarth was easily obtained in the maze, so if you got those two monsters and you can't breed any legendary, go for the Galante. Avast, a really good epic monster. You can breed him with Ophiuchus and Razhul. Ophiuchus was obtainable in previous events and in this current maze. And as for Razhul, he's easily breedable, and if you don't have Ophiuchus, you can even substitute Violet. So once again, they're being generous. But as far for either of these epics, if you have the chance to breed a legendary monster, I would instead go for the legendary monster instead of these epics, unless you were trying to rank up like an Avast or something. But no, overall, you should really be going for Hackster. Go for Hackster or go for Copperbeard, that would be my advice. And just to show you guys that for the first time ever, I've been extremely lucky with my first two breedings of Galante and Vanitus. The first time I got Galante, I got 9 hours. I went ahead and sped it up because I was feeling lucky. I tried again, pressed repeat, and check it out, I got a Hackster. So I've only spent 9 gems in this event, and I already have 2 legendary monsters. That is so darn phenomenal. I got my Hackster, I got my Galante, I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to forget about maze coins again. I think I can still hopefully get Faugnar. I'm not entirely sure, I'm hoping I can. But even if I don't get Faugnar and I manage to get a Copperbeard or another Hackster, I'll be fine with that because those two monsters I really want. But I guess I would be sad if I was like 1 step away from getting Faugnar. Oh my gosh, the decisions. So like I said, everyone has different priorities. You should take a look at how many coins you have, and you should take a look at Monster Wiki and try to see if it's even feasible to reach the next monster. Because if you can't even reach the next monster, just forget about getting maze coins from breeding and hatching, and instead focus on the summer breeding events. And as for the make your own pack event or the breeding combo pack, don't purchase any of these. I know 600 gems seems like a great offer, and normally it is, but because we have the monster sell week glitch, instead of wasting 600 gems on 3 monsters, you can instead waste it on 4 monsters, and it's not a waste because you get to get the monsters you really want. And I would highly recommend that you pick up a Violet, and tomorrow, once the Cell Lab refreshes, Galante Jr. is also going to be on sale, so also pick up a Galante Jr. I know you may not be able to use them for the breeding event, because you're going to have to craft them, and then you're actually going to have to hatch them, and that takes too much time, but it's really worth it that you have these monsters for the next time there's a breeding event. And I should also mention, funny enough, that tomorrow, monsters like Captain Copperbeard, Razhul, and Vanitus are also going to be in the Cell Lab. And Hackster, by the way, is currently in the Cell Lab. So instead of trying to breed them, maybe you should just pick up their cells, do the cell glitch, and pick them up for 150 gems. Because keep in mind, this isn't guaranteed. Just because you spend a lot of gems, you're not guaranteed to get any legendary monster. As for myself, I was just extremely lucky to get Hackster and Galante. So for some of you, it may be better just to spend the gems on what's guaranteed, which would be monster cells. Because I know some people do like 12 tries, 20 tries, and they don't get a single legendary monster, and that's really unfortunate. So again, different people have different priorities, and you have to be willing to decide for yourself whether or not you want to take the risk. Oh, and I just realized that Lumoona is also in the sale week, so you can also pick her up for 150 gems. And honestly, if you pick up any of these monsters, you pay 150 gems for 100 cells, and then you craft the monster. I believe that takes 2 days, or it actually depends on the legendary monster. So if anything, you're going to spend at most 50 gems. So you spend 150 for 100 cells, 50 gems for crafting, that's 200 gems, and then if you hatch the monster, that's an extra 50 gems. So you would essentially spend 250 gems to get a monster immediately. Whereas with the combo packs, if you just buy one monster, that's 249 gems just for the monster, and then you would still have to spend the extra 50 gems to hatch it. So overall, using the monster sell week glitch, that's an overall better offer if you want to try to partake in the breeding events. And so with all that being said, that is going to conclude this video. Actually, let me end it by selling my Thunder Eagle. And let's see who I get. I got a genie. See, 17 hours. So he's just going to clog up my hatchery. I'm going to click repeat and let's see what I get. 6 hours, 35 minutes. I'm not sure who that is. It might be an epic. It might be another genie. Probably not a genie, right? I don't know. But like I said, the breeding event, it's a gamble whether or not you actually get a monster. So far, I've been extremely lucky, and I'm definitely going to keep trying. And it's ultimately up to you to decide what you want to do. I seriously hope this video was helpful and it made you make up your mind on what you want to do. With that being said, I hope everyone is extremely lucky with this current breeding events. Make sure to take advantage of the Monster Lab glitch. And like always, remember to dream big and pursue your passions.